Yo, what's up, my dudes? So today we're gonna do a little rundown video of my new cinnamon rice I got going on. Um, so before I used any of these tiling window managers or any of these goofy things I use nowadays, I used cinnamon. I used cinnamon for a long time. Cinnamon, the way that it was laid out, is based off of one of the older GNOME versions, which I actually used to use back in the day when I first started using Linux on Ubuntu. Um, 2011, 2012, something like that, right in that era. And yeah, I've spent a lot of time with it. I've gotten to know it very well. And today we're going to talk about it. There's just a release not too long ago. They added some new things that I'm not going to use because there's no point. And yeah, we just kind of go through, I don't know, kind of the same old thing, honestly, that what all my older vices are, except for now, the focus is a lot more on not touching the mouse. So, yeah, there's a big thing. So, I'm going to start with the panel and then just start working my way out and kind of talk about like the things I've done, the features I've added, and the things I've taken away. So, obviously, on the panel, I've ripped basically everything out. We have the user applet, we have the date and time applet, right? The volume. And then this is my system tray right here, right? We're running variety as the wallpaper switcher. I'll talk about that in a minute. So right here, this is Cinemenu, which you can get from the applets downloads. Cinemenu is the best one. If you configure it, you can turn off everything, set the behavior to alt space, do this whole search thing, mess with the icon, make it something that blends in so you can't even tell that it's there. And then, yeah, so that gives me this alt space where I can come here and then, I can launch a program from here, which is very nice, very nice. Um, so with the wallpaper, I'm using variety. You can control it right here in the system tray, or I just so happen to be a smart boy and I wrote a script. So let's see, where's the script? The script is right here. It's very very basic and simple. I'm just pushing it into Rofi. It gives me a bunch of options and then it gives these commands. Cause actually, let me close this. If you look in here, you got a bunch of different things you can do with it. There's flags. So yeah, so basically I have this. Forgive me, I haven't made a new config for this particular menu yet, so it's in a giant one, and it still has an entry prompt, which I don't understand why, but hey, we're living life. So yeah, so from here, I press next, I get the next wallpaper, right? Pretty basic. Previous, you get previous. The selector brings up this thing. I'm giving it a second, which might have glitched out my video, but I can come in and we can scroll down through here. We can pick, you know, cool things. And then if I want to get rid of that, we just do selector again. Now, obviously, I can delete. We got shuffle, which is every 5 minutes it'll do a new one. Pause, which pauses it, right? And then no effects, just like I have this grayscale thing going on, it'll just take care of that and get rid of that. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. It is kind of a bloaty thing, but I still really like variety. I think it's very cool. So yeah, we're gonna use it here. And I'm using cinnamon, so like why not? Like it's already a bloat show, so not that I guess cinnamon isn't as bad as other ones, but yeah. So okay, as you notice, if I go like this, or actually I guess we could see it better with this, I don't have any window decorations. And basically how you get that going is you got to install a program called Devil's Pie 2. And Devil's Pie 2 right here, you get that. You're going to want to add it to your startup. So if I go to settings right here, where is it? Startup applications. I have Devil's Pie 2. And then basically, what is it? Devil's Pie. This, you got to make a file. You can name it whatever you want. This is remove decorations.lua. It's in Lua. And you needed these couple lines right here. We'll get it nice and big. So, if get window type, blah, 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 blah. You paste this in here, you save it. Every time that your session starts, it's going to start Devil's Pie and it's going to yank the window decorations off, which, is nice because I'll say this. When you don't have it on there, actually, I think I can, hold on. I want to get to a good, what's a good, we'll go like this, and, we'll open up Nemo, and we'll put it over here. So, okay, let's see. Does that do anything? I guess I would have to refresh Cinnamon, I think. Can I do it from here? Oh well, I guess it's not gonna do anything. Not a big deal. And let's see. Let's get on and upwards. Let's talk about like what the biggest pain is in this sort of scenario. The biggest pain in this scenario is gonna be the keybinds. The keybinds are horrific. Um, First of all, right out of the gate, you don't get super 1 through 9 as your workspace switcher. So you're going to want to have to set those. And they're kind of in a goofy spot. So, let's see. Keyboard. Keynord. There you go. Keyboard shortcuts. You just use this thing up here. And you do like switch. And then you just find the switch to workspace things. And then you got to go through each and every one of these and reset them. And, I got some custom ones right here. Variety, Rofi, private Q browser instance. Oh yeah, I got this stupid uninstall script that just uses FCF to find packages and stuff and uninstall them. That's pretty cool. Music, that's my open script. Yeah, so a lot of it is going to be, really tailoring this in because, like, right out the gate, closing Windows is all F4, and that's a stretch. Whoever came up with that one, I think that came from Windows. Those people are assholes. I do Alt Q. Alt Q's way less of a stretch. You're not bending your arm in a weird way. Cause it's like literally like all like this. You gotta hold your hand like this. Where like Alt Q, I can just have my hand rested normally. So that's a big difference. That's a big difference. Um, Okay, switching windows. I'll go over switching windows real quick. So if you do Control Alt Up, just normally, this is like your workspace kind of view, and you can use the arrow keys to kind of navigate this and press Enter and go back into it. Or I believe if you press Tab, oh no, never mind, Tab. Anyway, that's how you do that. Pretty simple. I did the 3D timeline for my Alt Tab. Alt Tab basically is my main go-to function for jumping between windows. Really beautiful animation, so yeah, I fuck with it. It's really good. I wish it was a little faster. As you can see, there's kind of a little bit delay because of the animation, but what can you do? I have the desktop effects turned off and it doesn't affect that. So I don't know if there's a way to mess with that or not. Maybe I'll look into it into the future. Yeah. So final thoughts, we're going to go over basically tiling versus this. Is there any benefit to doing this over messing with the tiling window manager? And I'm going to have to say no. There really isn't. Because, like, let's say you're a new user walking into using this, and then you're looking at, like, all the settings and stuff. It's going to be very overwhelming, and you're not going to know where everything is. Like, trying to find out where this Alt-Tab switcher thing is, good luck. Good luck, bud. You know what I mean? I stumbled across it by accident, so there's that. It took me about an hour and a half to configure this into the state that it is right now. And basically, yeah, I probably like something like BSPWM or i3, I can get up in like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, and have it fully kitted out with all the stuff that I normally use. So this was pretty rough. This was a rough one. However, I don't want that to detract from how good Cinnamon actually is. It's rock solid. It comes with all the things you need, pull kits, different things like that. Yeah, so I feel very much like in one way you don't need to do all the learning a text editor, messing with config files. But with that trade-off, it's going to be a lot more time and effort and a lot more trial and error with the applets and plugins and stuff like that. Where as a tiling window manager, you can whip it out real fast. And then, there's kind of a generic kind of baseline. For every tiling window manager that I set up, I kind of set them up the same way. I worry about what my screenshot utility is going to be, what my pole kit's going to be, what I'm going to be using for a bar, and then basically all my keybinds, and then after that I'm good to go. And most of those, like setting up a bar, most bars, unless you're doing some weird CSS stuff or whatever, most bars you can get up and running pretty fast. So it is a trade-off. It's like you can spend the time to read the documentation and learn how to use the tools that you're supposed to use. And then now, every other tiling window manager that I ever set up, Mau Mau took me a little bit of hiccups here and there, only because I'm not like super familiar with like the Wayland ecosystem. And, having somebody explain to me like how the clipboard works, you know what I mean? That is kind of a thing that needed to happen. But for instance, recently, what was it, like a few nights ago, I was playing around with this thing called ZWM. There's two ZWMs. The one with the person with the Middle Eastern sounding name, that's the one I tried, the one that you want. And it was like it's an Xorg tiler, very much like i3 or DWM, and I was still able, the config file's all weird, right? It has these weird function strings and like weird stuff, not like plain text like something like i3 or BSPWM or whatever. Um, and even then, it only took me like 20 minutes to get it all set up. It wasn't a big deal. You run your polybar in there, you do whatever. I can't. I ran into a couple hiccups where I couldn't get scripts running. Oh, SXHKD. There you go. Now I can shoot off whatever keybinds I want, right? So even walking into something brand new, I can adapt to it a lot faster than trying to set up. I know I just spent a really long time saying the same thing 3 times, but I want to reiterate this. Like it's these desktop environments are a waste of time in a way. In a way. I still love Cinnamon though. I give it 7.5 out of 10. I'll give it a 9 if they add tiling. Anyways, if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe to all the things. I really appreciate you watching. I do have a Discord server if you want to join. We talk about nerdy things in there. There's cool people. Yeah. So I'll check you guys later. Enjoy your day.